This is a slightly different video than what you're used to on our channel. I'm chronicling a typical day in the life living in Los Angeles over a 2-month-ish period starting in June and finishing the first week of August. Why LA, you might be asking? Well, in February of 2025, we started the immigration process to move to the Netherlands. So we had a feeling that this would be our last summer living in Los Angeles. We got confirmation that our visas were approved in June, and from there, our final summer in LA was just getting started. Our lease was ending in the first week of August, and we had a 3-week trip to South Africa planned, so we knew this was going to be a whirlwind of a summer. Luckily, Tyler's on his off rotation and I was freelancing, so we had tons of flexibility and we were able to tick off the ultimate LA bucket list before we packed our bags. We filmed the highlights of our last 2 months in the city and we called home for the last 5 years and memorialized our favorite haunts. I'm breaking this vlog into 2 parts because we have a 3-day trip to Napa Valley and a 3-week trip to South Africa to talk about as well. Part 1, I show you some of our favorite restaurants, bars, coffee spots, and our favorite one-of-a-kind LA experiences, like seeing a film on the grounds of the LA Forever Cemetery and watching the sunset from Dodger Stadium. In Part 2, I'll share what we did our last week before packing up the U-Haul and driving across the country for the 4th time. So sit back, relax, and get your notes app ready because I'm sharing my ultimate LA favorites list. Okay, in no particular order, first up is Frogtown Brewery. If you love to walk or have a dog who needs to walk, the LA River Trail is a great place to get your steps in and experience some of the best bars and restaurants East LA has to offer. This particular evening, we ventured to Frogtown for the promise of a pizza pop-up, only to find out they were sold out when we arrived. We settled for a 4-pack, takeout, and a draft inside where Butter was being tantalized by the resident cat.
And
Let's go.
Oh, hey, good job.
Good girl.
Good job.
Next up is Burger She Wrote, a top 3 smashburger contender. The patty edges are crispy, the seasoning is flavorful, and most importantly, the bun is potato, the only acceptable bun for this type of burger. They also have unbelievably good fries and offer outdoor seating where you get a front row seat to West Hollywood traffic. As a former AMC A-lister, the Grove was my home theater. If you're a burger and a movie-loving person, a great date night starts with the burger and ends with AMC free refill popcorn. The most coveted pizza reservation in Los Angeles has to be Quarter Shades in Echo Park. I tried for weeks to get a spot after 6 p.m. and failed. Finally, a waitlist spot opened up for 6:15 and I snagged it. We arrived a bit late for her reservation and almost lost our table, but they squeezed us in at the bar and we enjoyed all that Quarter Shades has to offer. They serve their pizza in thick 1/4 sheet pan slices with a side of olive oil to dip your crust in. I'm not sure if this is how it comes or if we requested it like that, but I highly recommend asking for it. The most surprising but best part of the meal was the princess cake dessert. Not only is it the cutest slice of cake I've ever seen, it's delicious. We definitely did not need this decadence after scarfing down half a sheet pan of pizza, but it was well worth the stuffed feeling afterwards. Best part about an early dinner res in the summer is a sunset happy hour afterwards. We meandered over to Little Joy cocktails afterwards and watched the sun dip into the horizon over spicy margaritas. Now we're crossing the 405 to Brentwood for none other than Brentwood Country Mart's Farm Shop. This is a perfect place for Sunday brunch and celeb spotting. On my first visit, we saw Diane Keaton, and since then it's been solidified as my favorite brunch in LA. And once you're on the west side, you might as well go to the beach. We prefer the northern Malibu beaches to Santa Monica and Venice. There's less crowds and less sketchy activity, but it is an all-day endeavor to drive there and back. Well worth it if you plan correctly. There's nothing Tyler loves more than a breakfast burrito, and our favorite former Malibu resident gave us the best rack, Country Kitchen, a weekend hotspot flooded with people on their way to the beach. Easy to grab something for takeaway, but good luck keeping it unwrapped all the way to the beach. Our favorite beach allows dogs and is rarely busy. It's not the best for surfing, but on a good day you can definitely bring the foam top out and catch a few ankle biters. The water is icy year-round, but it's super refreshing in the summer. This is Leo Carillo. It can be tricky to figure out parking here, but there's a specific parking lot that I will link in the description. Driving along the PCH is a quintessential LA experience. It makes the hour plus commute back to West Hollywood worth it. It's not LA without Runyon Canyon. People say it's overhyped, but it delivers on what you want it to. Well-paved, gradual incline with water fountains for humans and dogs, a panoramic view of the city, and yes, it can get crowded, but I'd recommend going early to mid-morning on a weekday. I'm not going to attempt to give you parking tips for this spot, but if you know, you know.
We met a doppelganger.
One of my favorite coffee spots in the whole city, Sightglass in West Hollywood. This is where I found my favorite vanilla flavored latte. They make their own Madagascaran vanilla paste. It actually tastes the best when you order as a cappuccino with less milk than a latte. Glass is a rarity as an LA coffee spot because they have ample indoor and outdoor seating. The only downside is they don't offer Wi-Fi. I think they'd never get people to leave if they did, so I understand, but it's definitely still a great place to meet friends and grab a drink. And if you're in need of a last minute gift, they also have a great gourmet grocery shop, pantry, and floral pop-up. We're back in the land of breakfast burritos at Daydream Surf Shop in Newport Beach. This place truly has it all: dreamy aesthetics, great food and coffee, and all your favorite surf brands. There are plenty of places to sit and work, and they also host fun surf movie nights and pop-ups on the weekend. We came down here to work for the day and check the surf before meeting my brother and sister-in-law for lunch. They live in Huntington Beach, so we like to make a day of it when we come visit. So on this day, we're meeting them at Truli Pizza in Dana Point.
Yeah, so today we actually headed down to Newport side, and now we are in near one of Courtney's favorite surf breaks at Doheny. I went for a surf this morning with Courtney's brother Andrew in Huntington Beach, and then we went for a little coffee. Then we went to another coffee spot because why not double up on 2 coffees for the day. Sat there, did a little bit of work. I chilled out and played with butter, and now we took a drive down the PCH, and now we are in Dania Point.
Their dough has a super thick and fluffy base and is cooked to perfection. We sampled a bunch of different pies to make sure we tasted the best of the best, and we were not disappointed. This restaurant is huge, so it's great for larger parties, and there's tons of covered outdoor seating. After our pizza, we popped over to my favorite surf spot, Doheny, to check out their campsite. I haven't camped here before, but it comes highly recommended by my brother. Driving back from the OC can be a mission, but seeing the sunset over downtown makes the return home a lot sweeter. One of the things I loved most about living in Larchmont was that new restaurants popped up at a rapid pace. Tu Madre is an LA staple that somewhat recently secured a spot on the corner of Larchmont and Melrose that took eons to finish constructing, but lucky for us, it opened just in time for us to enjoy it before moving. Also conveniently located right off Melrose and Van Ness, my hair salon, Midhaven. New-ish to the neighborhood, Bar Siesta is a perfect stopover after a walk around the Silver Lake Reservoir. Offering an array of tapas and conservas, you'll be transported to Spain. However, when the bill comes, you'll remember where you are. A tad overpriced, but a nice treat if you know what you're getting in for. Paddle, or padel, mania is sweeping the nation. Tyler and I started playing a year ago when we were staying in West Palm, and we fell in love.
We are taking an intermediate paddle clinic at the paddle courts.
It's easy to book courts, play in tournaments, or get lessons through their app, and they're always playing fun music, and because it's LA, the sun is always shining on your court. Parking is a nightmare here. They gave us the pro tip of parking at the AutoZone parking lot across the street, but this was a year ago, so that tip might not be so hot anymore. Moving right along to another top 3 smashburger contender, Lowboy. This actually might be our favorite casual spot in the city. The food is always good, the drinks are delicious, I especially love the pink margarita, and they have great specials. We love to take advantage of their $15 burger, fries, and beer special that's offered as like a happy hour. Their burger, similar to Burger She Wrote, comes very crispy on the edges, very thin, with delicious cheese, pickles, and of course a potato bun. Their fries are actually better than Burger She Wrote. Sorry, Burger She Wrote. And the hot chicken sandwich is also pretty insane.
10 out of 10?
Yeah.
Afterwards, you can pop to Bar Flores to keep the margarita train going and sit at our favorite spot overlooking the street. This place gets pretty busy at night, and they have a cool taco bar in the back. Because of their proximity to Dodger Stadium, a lot of people will pregame here and take a scooter or walk up to the stadium. Traffic can get pretty backed up on game days, and parking is expensive, so it's nice to patronize the restaurants on Sunset before and after the game.
But the phone eats first. Hi. See the game?
Dodger Stadium is my second favorite baseball stadium in the state. The San Francisco Giants Stadium is truly unbelievable, but I never feel more like a local than when I'm cheering on the Dodgers.
All the way over there.
Dodgers fans are so animated and they always show up for their team. I'm a sucker for a Dodger dog loaded with relish and a bucket full of nachos, so this really is a perfect LA evening in my opinion. Tickets can get steep for the weekend games, so I like to take the evening games during the week. It's cooler at night, so you can avoid getting burnt, and the walk to and from the stadium is much more enjoyable.
No, but next year. Well,
It really is.
There we go. How do we do this, Raj? Sorry. Hey, in we go.
wanna get the beer?
Okay.
Boom. Cool. So, well, it was taking us about 5 minutes just to get halfway through the line. So we quickly went downstairs and we beat the line. Yep, 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 yep. Let's go watch the game, man.
Let's do it.
Nice. Noise.
Pizza, yeah?
Post-game, we moseyed over to the Douglas for a draft and kicked ourselves for only discovering it right before we left. This is a perfect bar for beer lovers. They have tons of great options on tap, even more available in cans or bottles. The vibe is laid back, but when the game is on, everyone's attention is focused and on the screens. The walls are covered in Dodger memorabilia, but my favorite were the altered baseball cards.
Is there an nose? Is there an oh, it's a no! Oh, you just want to play? Do you want to play? Yeah. Hi. Hi.
So we are off to the Hollywood Cemetery. Hollywood Forever Cemetery, my bad. Hollywood Forever Cemetery. I have got our whole livelihoods packed inside here and over there. And, well, Courts has the two chairs. and she looks pretty and summery. So we're gonna head over to our Oops, which should be outside, yeah? Oopsie. Hopefully he hasn't left yet.
We've been waiting for our opportunity to watch a film on the grounds of the Hollywood Forever Cemetery, and we felt like Top Gun on the 4th of July was the perfect moment. This is a cult favorite LA experience that requires a lot of forethought and lugging picnic gear around. We arrived around 6:45, which is like 30 minutes before the gates opened, and the line was already down the block. If you're in a party bigger than two, you definitely have to get there early because we barely found a space for just the two of us. I can't even imagine where bigger groups would have gotten space. Bringing a cooler with drinks and snacks is essential. We grabbed takeout wraps from local Melrose Hill favorite Giada. The chicken Caesar wrap is actually insane, and our go-to chips and dips.
Get her glamour shot. Don't do that. Just hold it still. My God. All right, amazing. Let's open her up.
The crowd's energy starts to surge as the sun goes down and the lights start to signal that the movie is starting soon. The audio and visual quality is surprisingly good for an outdoor theater, and everyone in attendance at our show is respectful and jovial. We didn't realize that there would be fireworks, so when the credits rolled and the fireworks started up immediately after, we were so surprised. They didn't hold back anything either. This was a very impressive display in the heart of LA, which is uncommon due to the risks of fires.
Gary is coming now.
Huh. Anyway, Gary is coming to collect us. I look like some frat boy with this draped over me. Anyway, where are we off to?
The Hollywood Bowl.
Nice. And what are we going to go watch?
Jaws 50th anniversary.
Jaws 50th anniversary.
With a live symphony.
That's going to be epic. So we have our fun Yeti over here. And some Topo Chico. Some beers. And we are off. We're going to go have some fun. Go chill out. Watch a movie. 2 movies in a row, eh?
Back to back.
It's going to be cool. Sweet.
Another bucket list item that I'd been wanting to tick off before we moved was seeing a film at the Hollywood Bowl with a live orchestra, and I couldn't think of a better opportunity than the Jaws 50th anniversary. We packed our picnic bag again and geared up to watch one of my all-time favorite movies, Under the Stars, with the LA Philharmonic. This is a can't-be-missed type of experience. On our last day before the 3-week trip to South Africa, we hit up 2 of our favorite neighborhood haunts, grabbed coffee and a bagel from Go Get 'em Tiger, which now has Jan Isaac bagels that are to die for. And after a huge day of packing, cleaning, and organizing, we walked to Great White for dinner. This place literally never disappoints. The service is friendly, the drink options are fun, and the food is always on point. Their pizza is some of my favorite in the city, so we shared a pie and some fries before finishing it off with a sticky date toffee pudding. And that wraps up part 1 of our last LA summer. Stay tuned for our 3-day Napa trip, our 3 weeks in South Africa, and our part 2 of LA summer.